Today, we have the opportunity to turn this into $1 million.
I'll be playing in a $5,000 satellite, where the winner gets an entry into a $25,000 satellite, where that ultimate winner gets a free entry into the $1 million game. And who knows what that $1 million could turn into. But before we start talking about $1 million, we need to earn it. I gotta keep it honest with you all here. I woke up in a poker player's version of the crack of dawn. This event started at 10 o'clock in the morning. When was the last time anyone has ever started playing cards this early? So to be fair, I'm still waking up here, but today is a great day to win $1 million. We've got multiple missions to accomplish today. First is to enter and win this $5,000 buy-in tournament, which rewards us to play the $25,000 buy-in for free. Then we enter and win that, where $1 million is for first place, and earn our spot in the legendary $1 million game. A potential spin up to $1 million just from a $5,000 investment? This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Why not us?
All right, a chance to spin. We have a 5K satty into the 25K. I just pretty much max late regged. There's 8 players left, 4 seats pay for a 25K seat. But I bought in with 4 big blinds. All right, let's spin it.
We start off extremely short stacked entering this field. The blinds are at 1,000 big blind, and I only started with 5,000. In one of the first hands in, an opponent goes all in for more chips than I have, and I peel pocket kings. Feeling all the confidence in the world, I'm all in for my first hand, and I'm very excited to win this pot. I'm up against ace 10 offsuit, which means I'm in amazing shape to double up, and that is just a painful turn to see. Well, the ace crushes my dreams, and this was definitely just not worth getting out of bed this early for.
All right. I have to rebuy. I wasn't expecting to be in for 2 bullets, but it's great. It's just great. Re-entering in the 5K because I want to have 3 big blinds and try to spin it. And no rake, so I already paid the rake, so now I have to rebuy, of course, with 3 big blinds. But it's good to just lose kings real early. It's a great way to set the momentum, and running really good here at Hustler. Just a good reminder that showing up to Hustler Casino is always a great idea for me. I'm not having fun. It's a very bad start. You know how I can offset my losses? I can play Club WPT Gold. I can win on that site. I can't win here, but I can play on Club WPT Gold. Use code Rampage. Lots of giveaways if you use my code.
The beautiful thing is that I'm stubborn and I rebuy just in the nick of time. But now with 4 big blinds and a dream, at this point there's 7 players left. 4 players receive a $25,000 seat, while 5th place gets their $5,000 back. And the last 2 players get to cry in a corner together. So at the 1,200 big blind level, 1 player goes all in for 3,000, and I'm on the big blind peeling 8-7 offsuit. It's only 1.5 big blinds more to call, so I'm very much priced in, and I actually see amazing news. I'm up against 8-5 suited. Never thought I'd actually be dominating my opponent with this hand, but it just doesn't even matter, as a magical 5 comes, and I lose yet again. This pot was small, but it definitely would have been huge, as a knockout would have meant 6 players are left and we're on the bubble. But instead, I'm the one that's left with crumbs. So when blinds increased to 1,600, I'm the shortest stack, and I decide to go all in with King 3 suited. And honestly, this hand just seems like a premium for how few chips I have, and I actually run into a real hand as the small blind wakes up with pocket jacks. But this is the same opponent who got lucky against me with ace 10 earlier, and it's my time to get lucky. Flopping trips and holding is so huge for me. This was a massive double up of my chips to stay alive, and shortly after, the big blind in this hand gets very short stacked with 1.5 big blinds. Action folds to me with 9 deuce offsuit. I guess I'm going to gamble and go all in with this, and my opponent calls blind without even looking at his cards, and he's got 5-7 offsuit. My 9 high stays the best hand, and we eliminate a player out of the field, so officially there are 6 players left, and we're on the dreaded bubble of the tournament. The next player to be eliminated walks away with 0, and everyone else wins. And somehow, I'm in quite the predicament here. Next hand starts off with everyone folding to the small blind who's chip leading this tournament, and he just decides to go all in. Here, I'm in the big blind with a very tough decision with ace-10 offsuit. I've only got 7 big blinds in front of me, and I look around the table to count everyone else's chips and see that I'm actually 4th in chips. So I actually have a big decision to make here. Do I risk it all on this hand? If I call, I either guarantee myself a seat of the 25,000 buy-in or walk away with 0. Other option is I can just fold and wait out for the next best spot. But ultimately, I think my hand is too good versus this opponent and go for the gamble. When I make the call, I see amazing news again as I'm a heavy favorite to win against ace-5 suited. Until a 5-5-4 flop comes. That is all she wrote for me. I bubble and walk away with 0. You can see I try to smile here, but really, I'm just masking the pain of losing $10,000 to start off my day.
Maybe this is a sign to not play the 25K and save all my money. My life. Oh my God. Now we have all the momentum going into the 25K because all the run bad's out now, right? Christ, unbelievable.
The good news is at least the main tournament is starting up now. The $25,000 buy-in, where someone will win the $1 million for first place.
All right, time to buy into the 25 because everything is going so well. It's just so well. This 25K is about to start. The field is unbelievably fun. It's full of all the players who have played on Hustler before. It's all the people that want to have a chance to play the $1 million game, but like me, don't have $1 million to play with. But some featured players. Arden's going to be here, is a good friend of mine. Alex Botez, Francisco. First place, going to be $1 million. Second place, potentially another $1 million. There's a chance with all the rebuys and everyone splashing around. So it's going to be a really big prize pool today. Should be a lot of fun. Let's get some action in the air.
The bad news is, well, I'm sitting here card dead, and I'm folding, and folding, and folding for the first few hours of this event.
I hope you guys enjoyed the folding montage of the past 3 levels.
I really want to compete, but not with the current cards I've been looking at so far.
I have like 22,000 or something, so I lost some chips. I have no hands, I can't win any hands every time I enter this building. So I would think that if there's any time to run hot, it would be here and right now, and it needs to start right now.
But in level 5, we finally get involved. I've chipped down a bit, but I find myself with queen deuce of clubs in the small blind. I call the 500 big blind, and my opponent ends up raising to 1900. I think my hand is actually okay to see flops with, so I make the call, and we flop a flush draw on 8-8-6. I check, and my opponent fires out 1800. And maybe I think my opponent might be c-betting too much here, but also it's just been hours since I've flopped any kind of draw. I decided to fast play my hand and check raise to 7,500. And I might have just made a pretty bad read, as my opponent goes all in, and I guess now at this stage of the hand, I've forced myself to gamble, and let's just make the call. The great news is that my opponent only has a 6, so I have plenty of life to hit a pair or club. That is until the turn 8 gives my opponent a full house. I do not end up improving on the river, and there goes $25,000 down the drain. This time, this bust out really hurt. It's for a much more significant amount of money, but I'm also realizing just how much this tournament means to me. I've been on quite a downturn for the last 18 months, and being able to win this seat and to play in the $1 million game could literally turn it all around. All I want is just a chance to compete and show that I belong in high stakes poker. So I take a lap, let's de-tilt before firing off another 25,000 into my second try at this tournament. This second bullet starts off with a welcome sight of aces. There's an initial raise from early position, another re-raise, and now my turn to bump up the stakes even higher to 8,500. What's beautiful is that the cutoff puts me all in, and here we go. I snap call for my entire $25,000 buy-in, and we are right back in the mix for a $56,000 pot, and I've got the best of it as my aces is a 92% favorite to win here. What an amazing hand to win and a positive lift to my spirits. Today has gone so poorly, but the dream is still very much alive, and now I've got piles of chips on this second entry.
Better start the bullet too. Lost some chips. I think we're gonna swing a lot on this table. I have like 46,000. Started with 25, had like 60K at one point maybe, close to it, and then lost all of it in nonsense hands, but still alive. It is what it is. Plenty of time to get chips. Hi, I'm with Arden. If one of us wins, we are going to be on blast off mode.
One of us has to win. I hope we just chop 1 and 2.
I think that would be great.
You should play the $1 million game. I'll take second, for sure.
I feel like whoever wins should just play, and then that would be, you would earn it instead of, how about you have some confidence in yourself?
No.
Just win.
I feel like I'm due for another second.
Okay, go win. Oh,
Look,
I fucked it. Oh yes, code Rampage. Here.
No, penny.
It's too expensive.
With momentum on my side now, we progress to level 7. At the 800 blinds, I've got King 10 of hearts and get involved versus the big blind. The flop comes Queen 8 deuce where the action checks through, but the 4 of hearts appears on the turn, and things get interesting now as I have a flush draw and my opponent fires out 1200. This bet I kind of perceive as weak, and I challenge him with a raise to 5,000. Here, my opponent does make the call, and now let's just hope to hit the river, please. It's a jack. Well, doesn't change anything for me. I'm sitting here with just king high, and I've got to try to win this pot via whatever necessary means. I go all in as a bluff, and I need him to fold, and after a few seconds, I luckily get the bluff through, chipping up to level 8. Blinds have increased yet again, and I've got a very pretty hand in ace-jack of diamonds. There's a limp from early position, and I raise to 3,500, and I get 1 caller. The flop is literally what dreams are made of here. It's jack, jack, 8. We've got trips. My opponent checks, and I bet a small amount of 2,500, which is followed up by a call, which is great news. The turn 9 introduces some straight draws, but I can't be too concerned about that yet. He checks again, and I'm going to fire out big, praying for some more action. I fire 10,000 in the middle, but he lets his cards go, and at least we're seeing chips push my way.
I am here with everyone's favorite poker blogger turned poker superstar, Rampage. How are your chips looking?
I am exceeding expectations today. I'm only in for 2 bullets, so that's a huge win. And I have what I paid for, about 50,000. We started with 25,000, and now I have 50,000-ish roughly, so this is a huge win. I'm even right now. Well, I busted the first bullet, and then I went to a different table, and the second table is just bananas, batshit crazy, so there's a lot of pots.
Any chance we see you buying into the $1 million game if you don't win this satellite?
If anyone wants to give me $1 million, hit me up. You can find me on my DMs, Instagram, Rampage Poker. Just wire me the milli, I got you. Okay, update, late reg officially ended. There are only 3 tables left. I think I was told there's 51 entrants, so $1 million for first, and then I would imagine the rest for second place. So sweat officially on. I have like 70,000-ish chips, 70,000 at like 2K big blind. So not that many bigs, but 3 tables left, less than 27 players left, so there's a chance.
And all of this momentum comes to a complete halt over the next 2.5 hours as we meet our old friend, Card Death. Levels 9, 10, 11, and 12 come and go. Lines have increased tremendously as I watch massive pots brew and chips just being exchanged in front of me left and right.
Good hand. I'm
in an opportunity of a lifetime. We're playing for $1 million. I don't want to go out this way being dealt out of the tournament. I'm literally being dealt 4 deuce offsuit for 2 hours, and I've got nothing to do. My hands are completely tied. I couldn't feel more trapped and more helpless. All I want to do is get an opportunity to play hands.
It's a long way to go, but we got 18 left. Chip leader on my left, not really a good sign. I've got 25 bigs in a dream.
At this point, players were getting knocked out like flies. Our good friend Arden gets seated at my table, but gets knocked out sadly as we had a small swap, and now there's 14 players left, and I'm at the final 2 tables. One of us will be receiving the $1 million first place prize, and although I don't have many chips, I'm trying my best to be a cockroach here and survive through all the landmines.
Oh my god. Christ. Kill me now. What is this dog shit? Oh my god, this is so bad.
I'm extremely frustrated of having to fold for 3 straight hours,
I hope you guys enjoyed the folding montage.
but at least I still have a chance.
I just made an insane, not an insane fold, but a good fold. Oh my, I hit ace 10 and then I had chips over the line to call. No 10. I thought about it and then I just threw my cards in the muck. My brain did this and then my arms did that. And then it ended up being right because we saw the all in, ace jack versus sevens, ace jack 1. What a fold, what a fucking fold. 16 players left. 4 players get paid, but really 1 person gets all the money for the million. So final 2 tables, there's a chance. I need help. Last time I played Hustler, I reluctantly had to give Nick 1% of my action here in this tournament because I gave him an incentive last stream where if he stacked me, he'll slowly gain percentages. And within 12 minutes of the stream, he completely destroyed me with a full house. So he got 50K from me from that hand and 1% of this. Who else is still alive for you? Oh, you have P. Oh, you have the whole table. You're gonna see some blood. That's fucking hilarious.
The time has come. With just 23,000 in my stack at the 5,000 big blind level, I've dwindled to under starting stack and under 5 big blinds. I peel ace 8 suited, literally the best hand I've seen in hours at this point, and Francisco in the cutoff raises to 10,000. This is actually the opponent who knocked me out in the 5K tournament earlier, and it's time to get some revenge and get my chips back as I announce all in. He tank calls, and here we go. With 14 players left, I'm at risk for my tournament life. The road to 1 million is going to take a lot of luck. It's going to start right here as my ace 8 is up against jack 7. I'm mathematically ahead here, but not by much, and we're off to 5 cards to determine my fate. And there goes all of that. My hopes and dreams to re-enter the $1 million game stops right in its tracks.
It feels really bad to like have an event that I care a lot about and just not be able to play and participate for 5 levels. It's like super frustrating. Someone's gonna win $1 million and play the $1 million game. Not me, which sucks and does not feel very good. Lots of pain.
All of my patience and discipline to fold for all this time just results in heartbreak as I'm knocked out in 14th place.
If you're still sticking around, I appreciate you for sticking to the very end. If you want to help me recuperate some losses or dig myself in a deeper hole, you can play with me, legal online pokers back in the US. Use code Rampage at clubwptgold.com, and I'll see you on the virtual felt. No $1 million for me this time. Maybe next time.